There we go. It's on canal. Let's get the ready up. I'm going to go ahead and start it. They're both in party chat. Let's just get it going. I don't think they know to ready up. Okay, so canal. Blue team, we've got Shady starting and attacking this round. Samuraikee starting for the orange team. Now let's see what operators they pick here. They've got 30 seconds to choose. Shady starting out on attacking. Goes with the Twitch. Now, I know I've talked endlessly. Oh, and there's the Doc too. What an exciting round to talk about. So the Twitch, we talked about that drones are so important. And Twitch's drone can hurt people. So it's a twofer with Twitch. She gets 2 of those shock drones after this latest update in the patch. And I'm curious to see how well Super Samuraikee does with his accuracy at taking out those really key, small, hard to hit drones that are taking out cameras, taking out damage on his life. Shady getting the first blood of the round. But this is a good time to talk about Doc as well, because with Doc's new changes, he can now heal himself as well as pick himself up back from the ground like he could before. But this early round poking by Twitch is going to be counteracted by Doc's ability to sustain himself and pull himself back up to full HP, even after being bombarded by the Twitch drone. So we see Super Samuraikee making himself a kill hole heal. Oh my gosh. Making himself a kill hole heal. Making himself a kill hole here. Wow, that's a tongue twister. I'd like to see you say that one time fast. Okay, so we had him making a kill hole. He's checking the cameras. Shady Monster is doing an excellent job of denying information right now from the Doc. Doc is getting a little bit cocky. He's outside. He heard him. He's putting it back up. He just went outside to say hello real quick. How you doing, Twitch? You know exactly where I am. What are you going to do with that information? And Shady Monster runs to the other side of the building. I do not think Super Samuraikee was expecting to see him like that right there. Honestly, what an interesting turn of events right there. They both run outside, see each other, and then Super Samuraikee quickly putting back up the door he just broke down. Now we see Shady Monster backing up a little bit, waiting for possibly a peek. Now what I like about this is he knows that Super Samuraikee isn't a very aggressive player. He knows that because not only has he played with him, but he just witnessed him break down an outside door and come out to try to shoot him. He knows he's aggressive, so he does the smart thing and pulls out a Twitch shock drone. And he's going to shock Super Samuraikee here while he's on the cameras, taking him a little bit by surprise. He's going to retreat. And like we were saying, the importance of keeping that drone alive. He's going to keep it alive. Now, something interesting with droning, though, is Twitch's drone makes you, it has a little more utility to it. So you have a little bit more of a reason to stay in the drone than you normally would. Now, oh wow, so he's laying out fire right next to that window, kind of saying, hey, I know exactly where you're at, dude. Look the other way. I'm going to shock you with a shock drone. He gets the kill on the drone. He no longer has vision inside there. He sees Super Samuraikee putting that up. Is Super Samuraikee going to peek him? Shady's looking right at him, had a perfect headshot. Super Samuraikee extremely greedy here right now with the window peeks. I don't think that he has a better shot on Shady right there. Yeah, look at the line of sight right there. Shady has the ACOG on his weapon and is able to see a lot further down that angle than Doc is able to. So I really think had Shady placed his shots right, he could have capitalized on the aggression that we were talking about from Keaton. It's almost a little bit greedy at times where, I would say greedy, but that's because I may not be that good. Oh, he runs out! And Shady Monster taking round 1. He did not have enough time. Had Super Samuraikee held his ground a little bit, he would have taken that round, but he lost his bearings a little bit and went running forward and got killed ultimately. by Shady Monster. Well played to stay in the game, man, until the very last minute. That was very well played. And now we see Super Samuraikee taking the glass, and this is an interesting pick on this map going into round 2, because glass is going to shoot you through all of those windows that are on the outside of the canal. This room in particular is the perfect round for him to have picked glass. So honestly, it was good prediction on, excuse me for my sniffles. It's a good prediction by Super Samuraikee, and anticipating that he would pick these bombs to defend, and also a little foresight to bring the glass along with it. And we see him starting boat side. He's going to be looking up for some spawn kills, but Shady Monster's not concerned with that right now. He is trying to, as best as he can, put as many booby traps as he can into the B bomb site, so that way he can spend most of his time in the A bomb site or in the middle here getting on the cameras, which is really good. But Keaton has been doing a great job of taking out those cameras. There's really nothing to see from oh, he does. He gets the spot with that camera in the distance. At least now Shady has an idea of where Super Samuraikee and how long it's going to take him to move up. I think right now the favor is in Shady Monster for knowing where Super Samuraikee is. But it was a little bit underutilized. Or maybe this distraction right here is going to be good enough to cost Super Samuraikee some key moments here in his attack. He still has 2 minutes, so that's a long time to still plan out an attack and execute it properly. So I do not doubt, as we saw in the last round, that it can go to the very final seconds, and the attacker, without even planting the bomb, can still have a chance here. And this is something interesting. This is my first time seeing a Claymore being played in Rainbow Six Siege. That is something that just came in this most recent update, and he places it outside that window to stop any flanks coming while Samuraikee is droning in here, and he's scouting it out pretty well. He's looking for Shady, who is in the other bomb site, the A bomb site, and he's wasting key moments here. But he gets the peek. He knows exactly where he's at. Shady Monster is rushing to reposition himself right now. Key is laying down fire from the only way possible that he could come, and he does. He gets the kill. Now that's well played right there. Super Samuraikee knew that he could only come from one way without making noise, and that was through that little entrance there. And sure enough, Shady comes that way and gets taken out by the Glass. The Glass, who has that range and that accuracy on you, and he takes round number 2 and heads into round number 3 here. Well played, Samuraikee. Again, I apologize about my nose. This is really hard to deal with, honestly. Okay, so we've got Super Samuraikee right now playing the Smoke, and we saw GMAC last match play Smoke, and honestly the Smoke was pretty good. It could have been used to a little bit better effect, but it still was good. His abilities give you some area denial and some vision denial. But the best thing about Smoke, in my opinion, is that pocket sniper rifle he has. He's got the shotgun. Oh no, he is running FMG9 as his primary weapon, so he has 2 assault rifles, and both of them are, if they hit you in the head with their high rate of fire, it's just insane the amount of damage it does. Well, it's gonna kill you if it hits you in the head. You're gonna die. And that's just the kind of power that Smoke has, and I'm glad that Super Samuraikee is bringing him here. But he's not doing too much long-range warfare right now. He doesn't know where Shady is because Shady's doing a very good job right now of taking out those cans, denying a little bit of vision, because the more vision he denies, the less Samuraikee feels comfortable moving around in his environment. He's not going to come peek out windows because he doesn't know if Shady's sitting right there to get a headshot on him right as he does. So the longer this goes on, I think it is in Shady's favor because he's taking a lot of that long-range warfare away from that strength of the smoke operator choice. Now Shady playing Ash does have 2 breaching rounds that he can fire from a distance, and I'm really interested to see when and where he decides to use those. I'm gonna look out for it. So he spots Super Samuraikee in the bomb site B here. He's got some information, and he's gonna use those Ash breaching rounds now to shoot out those windows. But Samuraikee should know that he's playing Ash right now, and that he's not just breaking those down, that he's shooting those. But this is interesting. Shady shoots one from range, and I'm curious to see if he will shoot another one. There he goes. He's using a breaching round. It's going to make it sound like he's far away when he's close. So this is going to throw off. This is going to throw off Samuraikee right here. He has no idea where he's coming from and how he's going to come in that way. So honestly, some excellent play from Shady right now. But what I'd like to see him do is use these opportunities that he's created to his advantage and capitalize on these plays. He needs to be a little bit more decisive. He's taking his time a little bit more than I'd like him to do, but and that is not bad at the same time either, because the longer this goes on, Samuraikee is getting more and more anxious about when and where he's gonna see this operator come through. So it's a little bit of a mind game on both ends right now. I think Shady Monster could benefit by both playing aggressive and passive. But he has to play aggressive now. He has 17 seconds left on the clock. He does have to plant that bomb or get a kill one way or the other. Super Samuraikee, he throws the smoke, but he fumbles it. That's a sack right there, everybody. He's throwing the smoke charge, and Shady gets the headshot while he's in the animation of laying down. Honestly, some good shots placed by Shady right there to take round 3. And now it's 2-1. Shady has a real opportunity of taking this entire match away from Super Samuraikee right now. This is what we were talking about with practice, and Shady is really bringing it today, dude. Shady is bringing it today. I'm really glad to see it. He honestly played that round really well. He used a lot of distractions and never showed himself. And he took out every camera, so that way Samuraikee had no idea when and where he was going to come from. So honestly, well played to Shady. I'm worried for Samuraikee here a little bit. It looks like he's struggling a little bit more than we might have anticipated, but he is playing the attacking round, and honestly, I believe that the attacking round is a little bit less stressful because you have those drones. You have those ways to get information about your opponent that by taking out the cameras on attacking, you're eliminating from your enemy. So, honestly, as far as defending and attacking goes, I truly believe right now that the attackers do have the advantage in 1v1s, just for that simple fact that they can obtain more knowledge than the defenders are able to obtain without exposing themselves to some real danger. So we're going to see how Super Samuraikee uses that that knowledge, those resources, to take this round, because this is potentially his last round in this 1v1 tournament. Not his last round, but in this match. And I'd like to see it go all the way. I'd like to see this match, like the other ones, go all the way to an overtime round. And yeah, that's pretty... honestly, those are for selfish reasons. That's just because I like watching these guys play. I find it extremely fascinating that the decision-making behind what they're doing, it's insane. Props to the guys who came out to play today. And Shady and Samuraikee are two right now that... Shady Monster, honestly, shout-outs, dude. He came out to play today. Samuraikee too, but Shady's up 2-1 right now on somebody who, I mean, we speculated may have been the potential favorite in this entire tournament. But we're going to see how he chooses to defend here. It looks like he's got his cool. He knows those windows are blown out, but he's in a pretty safe spot here. He can't really be seen from any direction that would open himself up to being shot from the outside. And I think that's really important. He's doing a good job of making sure that if Samuraikee were to be able to see him, he has to be in that room. He can't be outside dancing on a rope. He's got to be up close and personal, and he's got to be in there with Capcan and his semi-automatic shotgun. Honestly, he's playing to the strengths. I believe that's... No, that's not what he's using. But anyways, so Samuraikee is taking his time a little bit more here. He's causing those distractions, just like Shady did the previous round. Shady has no idea from which way he's going to come. He hears the footsteps, though, and he's looking around. He heard them from above. He sees those explosions just happening all around him, and he's keeping his calm. He's staying steady. He's not swerving his sticks. Honestly, that's the sign of somebody who is competent and in control of everything that's going on right now. And I'm glad to see it, especially coming in these last 20 seconds of the round when people are going to start making moves. Super Samuraikee has got to get down there and make that plant. If he doesn't do it quick enough, he's not going to have time. He's got to pull back and do it. He's just got to do it. Shady realizes this. He comes down. He's planting right now. Shady doesn't realize it. He turns on him right there, and Samuraikee gets the headshot on Shady, backed into the corner, planting the bomb. Wow. That could have been game over right there for Samuraikee had Shady checked his corners and checked the right. He saw the explosion from the left. Nobody's out there. Check and see if they're planting the bomb. Because if he had done that, he might have just taken the entire match right there, 3-1. But instead, Samuraikee keeps his cool, sees him coming, takes off the bomb, and pops up and gets the headshot for the victory on round 4, taking us into round 5 here. Wow, really exciting play. Jesus Christ. All right. The match point. Samuraikee is playing defense right now, and he's pulling out something I'm really excited to see is the mute. And what he's going to do with that is he's going to deny that vision from the attackers. And as I've been saying this entire freaking night, those drones are so important, and to not even be able to get one in the building is going to be crucial. We're going to see how Shady is going to be able to deal with not being able to get vision inside of Super Samurai-Kee's defenses. Now, this is some really strong mind games going on right now, honestly. I'm really impressed by the mind games right here. I did not expect to see the mute, but now that I think about it, yes, mute is extremely strong 1v1, especially in this situation where, you know, there's a lot of pressure on the line. You need your drones to be able to scout out and look around, and right now that opportunity is just being denied. The only thing Shady can do right now is get as close as he can to the building, shoot out a few windows, and then throw a drone in that way. Throw them past the mute charges. But let's see if he can figure that out. Let's see if he can do it. I know he knows where one mute charge is, and I'm really hoping he does not run his drone into another mute charge where he does not know where it is. A signal disruptor. Let me stop calling them mute charges. If he runs it into another signal disruptor and doesn't know where it is, that is going to be heartbreaking. He throws it forward, but he can at least see the signal charge right there. He takes it out. He takes out one. He's only got two others to deal with because he knows where one is and he just took one out. So he has to deal with two. Now let's see if Samuraikee has placed them well enough for him not to drone out this first room. Honestly, very impressive by Shady right there, being able to take out the signal disruptor and get a drone in on this mute round. Honestly, it was a very good play, and he did it the best. That was the only way he could do it, and he absolutely did it. So props to Shady right there. But now he's using a little bit more time. He's looking for Samuraikee. Samuraikee runs in, sees the drone. He knows exactly... Shady knows exactly where Samuraikee is, but Key takes out Shady. Shady knew he was there. Samurai getting the headshot on the window peak. Shady was shooting forward. Wow, on it. Oh, wow. Seeing the replay of that, that was prediction. He waited for the shots to shoot, lined it up before he even strafed out into the line of sight. Honestly, well played by Super Samuraikee, but also well played to Shady. Dude, you made a lot of smart calls that game, dude. Props go out to both these contenders right now. But Super Samuraikee taking the match 3-2. Some really exciting games today. Oh. And in that round, you know, we saw the counterplay to the drones, which is something I'm really glad came out tonight. The drones are so important, and Shady was using those drones really well, honestly. He was getting some good information from them, but ultimately Super Samuraikee just maybe had a little bit more he had a little bit more patience, I think, because Shady saw him, the drone was destroyed, and he immediately started shooting forward through that window. And I think maybe had he not done that and held on to his element of surprise, because Super Samuraikee did not know where he was. And if he had held on to that, not knowing where he was, and using that to his advantage, Shady could have just as easily taken that round too. So honestly, well played to both these guys here, but shout outs to Samuraikee for taking the match, man. Well played. Well played. And we're going to go back to party chat here. No spoilers.
I'll play some fall. I wanna. No spoilers.